Guys, how are we doing?
How are you feeling?
I feel good. It was exciting to be back out there with my teammates. You know, for me, this was the first football I've gotten to play since December, so I've still got a long way to go, a lot of work left ahead, but this is what I love to do. So the last few months have been tough just watching each and every day, but I got to give a ton of credit to our medical staff, our trainers, our doctors. You know, here I am today back at practice, and it felt damn good.
What was the hardest part about not being able to practice this long?
The hardest part of any injury is just not being out there with your teammates. We get such few opportunities to be out here on the field, and you really gain perspective of that when you're not able to be out there. Nobody enjoys training camp. You know, it's hard, it's a grind, but you don't realize until you're physically unable to be out there how much you miss it and how much you want to be out there.
So how important are these next couple of weeks, especially for you to get that timing down with Daniel?
Yeah, these next couple of weeks are huge. I mentioned it before. I just was able to get my feet wet today, but I've got a lot of work left to do, and I'm just going to keep working each and every day, chipping away at it. You know, one of my favorite sayings is you eat an elephant one bite at a time. So if I look 2 weeks from now as, oh my God, how am I going to get ready to play a game? I'll never get there. But if I just take it each day at a time, I'll be happy with where I'm at in 2 weeks.
Goal to be ready by opening day?
My goal is to get better each and every day and make sure that I'm in shape to go when this team needs me.
Physically, where you at physically in your own estimation, like out there, endurance, speed?
Yeah, I mean, the only way to get into football shape is to play football. So, like I said, I'm just trying to take one step in front of the other each day for the next 2 weeks and get ready to go.
I know you can't be sure, but you had said when you had the surgery you didn't miss any football. Are you confident that you're ready for football?
You know, like I said, I'm just going to keep working each and every day to make sure that I'm continue to progress the way I have for the last 5 months. And like I said, 2 weeks from now, we'll look up and see where we're at.
Kyle, did something change between late June, early July and the start of camp? Like as far as whether it's a setback or did your training schedule or rehab schedule change? Like, is there some difference there?
No change. It's just been, like I said, from the day I had the surgery, trying to get better one day at a time with the goal being week 1.
What has been your impression of Daniel Jones now you've gotten some time to spend with him?
It's been awesome to watch him. You know, I was a huge fan of his from afar. You know, obviously we came up with the Vikings a couple years ago, and our defensive guys just raved about his talent. And now getting to know him as a player and as an individual, his leadership ability, guys gravitate towards him, and that goes a long way, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Continuity is huge. And we all rally behind Daniel.
What's your schedule like the first couple weeks of camp? We didn't see you doing much out here. Were you doing stuff at other times during the day?
Oh, yeah, we were working. Just because you guys didn't see it didn't mean we weren't working. You guys know Joe better than that. You know he's not going to let me not work.
Like running routes and stuff, you getting that work in too?
Yeah, we were, like I said, we were working each and every day so that today I got to go out on the field. And I've got a lot of work to do from here until the first game. And I'm just going to keep trying each and every day to get better.
It seemed like you feel it?
I'm 31 years old and I played a lot of football. I feel pretty much everything. So that's just the nature of this game. But I tell you one thing I felt, it felt damn good to be back out on the practice field today with my teammates. No, I'm completely confident in my body.
What have you learned or observed about Joe Judge?
I've learned a lot about him. You know, I have a little bit of the Patriot way and the thing that they do things, the culture that Coach Judge came from because I played for Coach Charlie Weiss at Notre Dame. And I've followed this program for a long time. And you see the culture that he's trying to instill here with us as the New York Giants. We have a really young team. It's a team that needs to learn how to win. And he says it all the time. You can't start winning until you stop losing. And you see that day in and day out, the way he pushes us on our fundamentals, on our technique. And it's to me, it's the first time I've had a head coach that's not a defensive coordinator. So it's a head coach that's in charge of the entire team. And it's been a lot of fun for me to get to learn from him.
And what have you learned about Evan?
I learned a lot about Evan. I've been a huge fan of Evans for a while, watching him the last 4 years. Extremely excited for him this year. And he's as explosive as a tight end that I've certainly been around and that I've watched in this league.
How can you help him? We talked a lot about learning from you. How can you help him?
I try to help not only Evan, but Caden and Nakia and Jake and everybody else in our room. You know, I've seen a lot of football. I've been around a lot of football. You know, we have an unbelievable coach in our room, and Derek Dooley. And, you know, if I can ever add anything to the way that he's teaching stuff or the way that he sees things, because I've been around a lot. I've seen a lot of things. And just trying to bring these guys along and help them reach their full potential and be the best tight ends they can be.
What makes Kyle Rudolph such a red zone weapon?
I mean, just a big target. You know, I've got a lot of basketball in my background. You know, you see carryover between the game of basketball and the tight end position. And the thing about the red zone is the windows are a lot tighter. There's a lot less space. But, you know, I try to make a lot of pride in making tight window catches. And when the quarterback has the confidence in me to throw me the ball in a tight window, catch it for him.
You said you kind of
Last one here.
Patriots way, right?
Yeah.
What it's all about. There's people who see Joe, some of the things he does, admittedly he takes on the field, and they see the hard training camp, and they say, hey, he's just another one of these, you know, Belichick, assistants, disciples. What is your...
The thing that sticks out for me in Coach Judge and the way that he pushes us, you know, certainly training camp's hard and we're going to work, but he said it day one, it's going to be worth it. It's rewarding. It's not rewarding if you go out and you know, you haven't worked for what you earn. And this team is going to work for everything that we earned this year. And, you know, guys take a lot of pride in the product that we put on the field because we've worked for it.
Kyle, how does a young team learn how to stop losing before it gets you?
We rely on our fundamentals and technique. You know, when we get tired, when it's, you know, today in the middle of practice or late in the fourth quarter, you just have to rely on your fundamentals and technique. And when you've constantly drilled that over and over and over again, you fall on the fundamentals and technique when you get tired.